gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning. Hello, everybody. Hi. Wow, look at the familiar faces.
Hey,
guys. It is so cool. I got to figure out how to see all of you, but I'm going to figure that out. It has been a morning of disasters over here, but I am still smiling. So
because I brought you coffee.
Yes, coffee. She's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, Frank is here. What a nice surprise. So Frank is my buddy.
Oh,
and guys,
Giuseppe heard Frank.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Is Frank there?
All right. Frank's here, but you got to relax.
I have everybody muted at the moment, everybody except Frank, because whenever we get to more than like 40 people, I tend to, it just goes into chaos. But Frank, your buddy's here, man.
Hey, thank you. It's great to be there, man.
Hey, it's what a nice surprise. I keep wondering why you don't turn up to my events. Come on, your buddy's here. Uncle Frankie's here. There's Frankie. Hello, there's your buddy.
And I'll be there in March to visit him.
Oh, good.
This is Frank's favorite dog. Anyway, so all sorts of chaos going on here this morning. The LinkedIn, Frank, can you check quickly to your LinkedIn Lives? Because the whole LinkedIn Live platform is down, according to me. Either that or they banned me again. So I'm supposed to be live on LinkedIn right now, and the whole thing is gone. And then, as you see by your titles, based on tags, it's supposed to put you in the right rooms, and it's supposed to give you the right description. And people like Sean Mod and Joris, I can't see everybody, who are Magnum Accelerator members, should have that title behind them. And I put in, when I put in the tags, I put in and instead of or, so all the tags got screwed up. Guy Cooper knows what I'm talking about. He does live events too.
And my Bluetooth isn't working on my mouse.
Yeah, but I think we should just go and have an awesome
day. Get back to my
fix them up. Yeah. Thank you for the coffee.
You're welcome.
So yeah, anytime, just bring more. Bring more anytime.
I brought you the good stuff, Honor.
The green juice. Okay. All righty. Well, awesome stuff. I think we should get started. Despite the technological chaos. Yes, poor Joris doesn't have his right title. Joris, I'm sorry, you don't have Magnum Accelerator behind your name. You're the one guy that should actually have it. With Sean it worked, but anyway, so as it goes, shit happens. Hey, Frank?
Yep. So nothing coming through there on LinkedIn Live.
Yeah, it's completely dead, which is a fantastic lesson, by the way, that happened, because that's another thing that I know Frank and we talk about a lot, is that you cannot go, as wonderful as LinkedIn is, and obviously the next 5 days are going to be really focused on helping you create that strategy and build a client attraction funnel, but you cannot rely on it. It's a little bit like building a brand new skyscraper on somebody else's rented land, right? At any moment, either their technology could fail, or they could go, hey man, I don't like the way you look, or I don't like the political things that you click like on, and you don't have purple hair and 2 nose studs, so I'm gonna just ban you. You know what I mean? So that is a very, very good lesson. So quickly, before we get into the whole thing, a little bit of a welcome and overview. Some of you have been in my coffee shop and live events before, so you know the drill. Basically, I keep everybody muted, because otherwise these things pop up all the time, because we are recording, well, you know the dogs. We are recording the event, but it's not recording any of you, okay? It's just basically be recording me, because I have this same event running in a different time zone later in the day. So they're going to start watching me unlive, and then as soon as I finish this event, I jump into that one and go and support it, right? So the best way to get the best results out of these kind of events is do it from a computer, be live on a big screen, turn your cameras on, because this is actually a live meeting. This is not some pre-recorded webinar. This is a live event where I'm going to show you how to do all this stuff and actually live, and I'm going to be in and out of screen sharing, and we're actually going to work on this stuff together. So if you turn your cameras off, it's a little bit like turning up at a meeting and never looking up and staying in your phone and so on. You know what I mean? It's not very nice. Use the chat, guys, please. That reminds me, let me open up my chat window, because as I have a question, and if there's a question that pertains to you, just put it in the chat. Really use that thing very, very aggressively. Also, please feel free to drop your LinkedIn URL into the chat so that other people who are in the room can connect with you. At the end of the day, you know, we're all here to make friends and influence people, except me. I offend half the room, but that's that. If you're still here, I haven't offended you yet, so we're okay with that. You know what I mean? But I'm going to be typing in caps lock because I don't want you to think I'm shouting at you. It's easier to see my instructions and notes in it. Then if you check on the bottom of your Zoom bar on the reactions button, there is a raise your hand button, which it will come in very handy for the Q&A later. But I also have a tendency to go really way too fast. So there is a slow down button, okay? I have a tendency, oh, hi, Rob. Good morning. Wonderful to see you, man. I have a tendency to focus on the screens of the people that I know who are clients of mine who have maybe done some of this training before. So I have a tendency to run and rush through things. So by all means, slow me down. And if you need me to explain something again, put up your hand, drop the question into the chat, and I will try and come back into it. What else? Quick background why I'm doing this, by the way. This is not some kind of webinar, you know. Most webinars these days, you know, raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about, are like 80-20 instead of 20-80. By what I mean by that is that most webinars that you go on are supposed to teach you things. They're supposed to help you. They're supposed to add value. And then maybe for 20% of it, they can invite you to go further and go deeper. Sorry. But nowadays, it's the other way around. Most webinars that you go on, they tend to be 20% content if you're lucky and 80% upsell. This is not one of those things. You are all genuinely invited here because I really see so many people struggling with this. You know what I mean? And I struggle with it from time to time too. You know, we spend so much of our time and our energy on LinkedIn, and very few people actually get it right, and very few people get the results. And I'm not talking about these kind of so-called influencers or gurus, you know what I mean, that are giving you carousel after carousel after carousel of stupid advice of how to get more followers. You don't need more followers. It's like you don't need more sheep, right? You need people that are attracted to you because of your authentic self, who want to connect with you, who want to engage with you, who might have a problem that you can actually solve, or who might be attracted to a result that they could get by working with you that they're not aware of, right? And you want to kind of bring those people deeper into your kind of, I don't know, your environment, into your universe, a little bit like a real kind of meeting. I gotta turn around and see Yash. He's driving me nuts with his camera there. Hi, Yash. He's like sideways. Anyway, these multiple Zoom rooms are a disaster for shiny object squirrel people like me, because I'm like, oh, what's he doing? Oh, what's he doing? Anyway, it's let me get back on track. The idea is that your vibe very much attracts your tribe, right? And there are a couple of strategic elements to LinkedIn that actually make it work. And literally almost everybody ruins it and screws it up because they're so focused on, doing what the LinkedIn influencers say, and they haven't actually built a strategy. So that was my plan behind this event. How do I not kill you in one day? Well, I just divided into 5 sessions in a row that build on each other. So today is really the big picture overview, really what a design of a client and capital and partner and investor attraction funnel should look like on LinkedIn, how the whole thing works. And then we go sequentially through building a profile that actually works to creating content. So I've got 2 content clinics in here because the content is the thing that's going to attract your audience. I'll get into that a little bit later. And then engagement techniques and advanced engagement techniques, and then how to tie it all together and actually build it into a funnel that not only attracts your client or your ideal prospect at that point, brings him deeper, where you can invite him around for coffee, invite him around to sit around your digital fireplace. And then from that meeting, you decide, okay, Chris Kasaburi, I want to invite you over to come over for dinner. Bring a bottle of bourbon, and we'll talk cold turkey. I mean, just like in real life, you wouldn't invite random strangers off the street. I mean, well, that Rob does that a little bit. He invites random strangers, but he's my special friend. And so everybody has one of those, but I'm trying to be serious here. So today, Laura Louise has banned Rob and me from being unmuted both at the same time because we get into all sorts of trouble. Anyway, so I hate cold calling. There are some people. Give me a hands up here. Who loves cold calling? Oh, Chris, Karen, and Kate loves cold. Cold calling. Okay, so please do a LinkedIn course that shows me how to do cold calling, because I really hate it. I don't even like to accept cold calls. I get instantly defensive and like clammy around it. I don't want to talk to people I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know what it is, but I just find it's not the way things were meant to be. The other thing that I really hate are pitch slaps. I don't know if you get them in your LinkedIn inbox. I'm sure I get about $100 a day. I get a new connection request, and literally 20 seconds later, there is a boom, an explosion of text and links, and jump on a quick Zoom call. Would Tuesday at 5 or Thursday at 10 suit you better? And here's my Calendly link. I mean, and I have a absolutely universal salute for that. And it goes like this. I mean, because it's just, I don't think business is done that way. And I don't think anybody should do it. For any of you that saw my article this morning, I literally actually just did that live. I'll show it to you right away. And this is an article that I keep for people who pitch slap me. So Laura Louise, you're my spotter today. Please let me know if you can see this. Okay.
Yes, but I don't think you can hear me, can you?
Yes, I can. Yep.
Oh,
yep.
okay.
I can hear you loud and clear. Okay, I'm just loading my chat up. So essentially, this is how you got to think of LinkedIn. There are three kinds of people, okay? There's the scrolling lurkers, okay? These are literally the people that just keep scrolling. One of you is actually in this room. I eventually called you out and said, hey, listen, get your ass over here. You know what I mean? And they're the people that go, yeah. I read all your stuff. It's excellent. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you've been doing that for 3 years and you never once said hello. You never once said, oh, wow, that really helped me. Thank you very much. You know what I mean? So you know who those guys are. And then these are the pitch slappers, okay? These are the guys that I'm talking about. These are the people that literally just use LinkedIn all wrong and they destroy it for the rest of us, okay? And being pitch slapped literally feels like being kimchi slapped. I don't know if that's ever happened to you. I hope not, but this is not cool. And then there are the people that are going to leave this room, okay, on Saturday with having a strategy, knowing how to create valuable content, engaging with your own content, with other people's content, but using all of that into a system to really go forward and attract your ideal client, okay? And that is why I have a formula, and I have this as a reminder on my dashboard, because it's so easy to go in there and try and sell and try and promote and try and sell instead of getting the strategy right. So I think the screen sharing works. By the way, for those of you that are on a single screen, when I share my screen, in the top right-hand button, you can choose the size of the LinkedIn profile. Laura Louise, if you can, I don't know, maybe I'll just spotlight me on this here. But you can choose the screen sharing size based on how much of my window you want to see and how much of me you want to see, because I'm going to be jumping in and out of different screens all day long. And the overview, I think, is done. Did I forget anything, Laura Louise? Actually, no, Laura Louise. Hey, I love Chris Casaburi's meme. I always wanted to do meme wars, but I really love that. I'm a big fan of memes with engagement. I think that's awesome. And here's another nice note. The landscapers have just arrived with their chainsaws and mowers and blowers. So
couldn't be more perfect.
Yeah, perfect. That's wonderful. Normally we have 3 big dogs, and normally the doorbell rings right as you're getting started and the dogs go crazy. So,
and my mouse still doesn't work between 3 screens. Yay.
I'll come and check it up for you. So let's get back to LinkedIn and the big strategy, right? Because the combination of content that people will react to is the thing that they want to see in their feed. So if you think of your feed, when you go down the feed and you're looking at interesting stuff, or you're like kind of late at night, or you're at a doctor's office, or you're somewhere, you're like scrolling through the LinkedIn feed. Well, hang on, it should be interesting, right? It should be educational in some ways. It should be entertaining at the very least, but it should get you to take action. The problem here is with LinkedIn is we don't control the algorithm, okay? Some of us, I mean, Frank and I, for example, we've made a real study of it, and at times we get it really right, and at times I have posts that generate millions of views and thousands and thousands of engagements, and then other days I create a wonderful post and it literally just dies out on the vine and dies of loneliness, right? And we are not in control of the algorithm, because you've got to realize there are 3 kinds of customers on LinkedIn that you need to sell to, or that you need to promote to, or who you are writing for, right? So number 1 is your first connections. So they're the people that you are already connected with, right? Number 2 are their connections. So that's your second connections. And this might seem very obvious, but you'll see where I'm going with it in a second. And the third client is the algorithm itself, because you can create this beautiful content, but if LinkedIn and their rules don't pick it up and show it to anybody else, then you've just wasted all of this energy. And the whole is very, very much about constancy, because you will find that 98% of people on LinkedIn, 98% of LinkedIn users do absolutely nothing. They are the scrollers. You know what I mean? They might occasionally post a little thing, or they might occasionally like a post, or they might occasionally write on somebody else's post, nice post. Just an FYI here, but anything less than 5 words does not actually even trigger the algorithm, right? And because the consistency is not there, the LinkedIn algorithm ignores you. But you've also trained your audience to ignore you. It's a little bit like, you know, actually just think of me in the last week, okay? Probably annoying, but when somebody is doing nothing all day long but talking about their own stuff, okay, that gets boring and that gets old really, really quickly. So there are some people who are just constantly talking shop, and you just go, and you see, if you also, please feel free to drop your LinkedIn URL into the chat so that other people who are in the room can connect with you. At the end of the day, you know, we're all here to make friends and influence people, except me. I offend half the room, but that's that. If you're still here, I haven't offended you yet, so we're okay with that. You know what I mean? But I'm going to be typing in caps lock because I don't want you to think I'm shouting at you. It's easier to see my instructions and notes in it. Then if you check on the bottom of your Zoom bar on the reactions button, there is a raise your hand button, which will come in very handy for the Q&A later. But I also have a tendency to go really way too fast. So there is a slow down button, okay? I have a tendency, oh, hi, Rob, good morning. Wonderful to see you, man. I have a tendency to focus on the screens of the people that I know who are clients of mine who have maybe done some of this training before. So I have a tendency to run and rush through things. So by all means, slow me down. And if you need me to explain something again, put up your hand, drop the question into the chat, and I will try and come back into it. What else? Quick background why I'm doing this, by the way. This is not some kind of webinar. Most webinars these days, raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about, are like (80-20) instead of 80. By what I mean by that is that most webinars that you go on are supposed to teach you things. They're supposed to help you. They're supposed to add value. And then maybe for 20% of it, they can invite you to go further and go deeper. Sorry. But nowadays, it's the other way around. Most webinars that you go on, they tend to be 20% content if you're lucky and 80% upsell. This is not one of those things. They can invite you to go further and go deeper.
Okay. I think this thing is very annoying. I don't think it's working great at all. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I just got to like own that. I tested it at midnight last night, which explains my unshaven look, and worked on it until about 2 o'clock in the morning to try and do this. But let me know, please, if you're live in the chat so that I can get the actual recording to you and send it to you, because this is not how it's supposed to work. And I think this buffering issue between Restream and LinkedIn really kind of sucks. I tested it last night. It worked super nice, and got up early this morning and worked on it some more. But yeah, no, this is not cool. I'm gonna try and find another solution, or talk to Restream and see what's going on with it. So please drop me your details in the chat down below, so that I can get you the recording of this thing. Let me see who wants it. Yeah, even the chats are very, very slow and not really coming in here. So let me just wait a few seconds. All right, John. Yep, I got you. I will get that to you. No problem. Who else wants it? Let me see. All right, Grant. Okay. Yep, I got it. I'll send you the link for this recording. Okay, and I'm going to go live again with it tomorrow, and hopefully have figured it out by tomorrow, because this kind of just sucks. Not happy with this setup, but if we don't test stuff, we don't get anywhere. Again with it tomorrow, and hopefully have all right. Figured it out by tomorrow. Okay. This kind of just, John and Grant. Just sucks. Not happy with this. Anybody else want it? If we don't test stuff, we don't get anywhere. I'll get it to you. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Sorry for the tech gremlins here, not working nice at all. And I will get in touch and send it to you.